In the ever-evolving world of interior design, few combinations capture the heart quite like the timeless pairing of florals and gingham, a match that brings together the gentle romance of cottage gardens with the cheerful charm of countryside picnics. This enchanting design approach has experienced a beautiful renaissance in recent years, evolving from purely traditional applications to embrace a sophisticated vintage modern aesthetic that feels both nostalgic and refreshingly contemporary. The magic lies in the perfect balance these patterns create together. Florals provide organic softness and natural beauty, while gingham adds structure and playful charm, resulting in spaces that feel both elegantly curated and wonderfully livable for today's families.
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
Floral and gingham decor for vintage modern interior. Soft romantic designs you'll love. What makes this combination particularly compelling in modern homes is its remarkable versatility and emotional resonance. These patterns work beautifully in both grand formal spaces and cozy intimate nooks, adapting seamlessly to different room functions while maintaining their essential character of gentle sophistication. The contemporary interpretation of floral and gingham decor embraces a more refined color palette than traditional applications, favoring soft pastels, muted tones, and sophisticated neutrals that create serene environments perfect for modern living. This evolved approach proves that classic patterns need not feel dated or overly precious when thoughtfully applied with contemporary sensibilities and balanced with clean lines, quality materials, and strategic restraint. As we explore these 5 distinctive approaches to incorporating floral and gingham elements throughout your home, you'll discover how to achieve this coveted look through careful attention to color coordination, pattern scale, and the artful mixing of vintage finds with modern conveniences. From creating enchanting first impressions in entryways to designing productive yet beautiful workspace environments, these ideas demonstrate how traditional patterns can be reimagined for contemporary lifestyles while maintaining their essential charm and romantic appeal. Each space becomes an opportunity to express personal style while honoring the timeless beauty that makes floral and gingham combinations so enduringly beloved by designers and homeowners alike. One. Entryway, hallway, porch and patio styling with floral wallpaper and gingham charm. Romantic entryway and porch ideas with floral wallpaper and gingham cushions. Transform your home's first impression into a romantic preview by combining delicate floral wallpaper with cheerful gingham accents that immediately establish your vintage modern aesthetic. Choose wallpaper featuring soft botanical motifs in muted pastels, perhaps climbing roses or trailing ivy patterns, that create visual interest without overwhelming entryway spaces. Complement this floral backdrop with a crisp white wooden bench adorned with gingham cushions in coordinating colors like soft pink and white checks or sage green patterns. Complete this welcoming vignette with fresh seasonal flowers in vintage ceramic vases, pastel welcome signs, and delicate lace-trimmed table runners for authentic romantic charm. Vintage-inspired patio and hallway decor with gingham accents and country touches. Create seamless flow between indoor hallways and outdoor patio spaces by establishing design continuity through repeated gingham patterns, complementary colors, and vintage-inspired accessories. In hallway spaces, introduce gingham through fabric elements like throw pillows on console benches, window valances, or framed fabric art that adds pattern without overwhelming narrow corridors. Extend this aesthetic to covered patio areas using weather-resistant gingham cushions on wicker furniture, coordinating outdoor rugs, and vintage-style planters filled with seasonal blooms. Add unifying elements like matching white wooden shutters, vintage-inspired lanterns, and ceramic containers that work for both indoor arrangements and outdoor herb gardens. Charming summer decor ideas for entryways, patios, and front porches. Develop a cohesive design narrative connecting your entryway, outdoor porch, and transitional spaces through a curated palette of soft pastels, classic patterns, and seasonal elements. Establish your foundation using colors like blush pink, sage green, and warm cream that work beautifully in both floral and gingham applications throughout these connected spaces. Position romantic seating arrangements like vintage-style benches with soft gingham cushions flanked by tall planters filled with trailing roses or seasonal annuals. Add finishing touches through vintage mirrors, weathered wooden signs with romantic quotes, and string lights that extend usability into evening hours while maintaining magical cottage charm. Two, living room makeover with gingham sofas and summer floral centerpieces. Charming summer living rooms with gingham sofas and fresh floral decor ideas. Anchor your living room transformation with a statement gingham sofa that serves as comfortable seating and a bold pattern element, establishing your vintage modern aesthetic. Choose gingham upholstery in sophisticated colorways like soft blue and white, sage green and cream, or subtle pink and white checks for contemporary appeal. Complement this patterned foundation with fresh floral arrangements that change seasonally. Spring tulips in vintage ceramic pitchers, summer roses in antique silver bowls. Add architectural interest through white wooden shutters, vintage-inspired lighting fixtures, and collections of candles that create romantic cottage ambience. Vintage modern living room styling. Soft plaids, pastel flowers, and cozy comfort. Achieve sophisticated vintage modern styling by thoughtfully balancing patterned elements with solid colors and clean lines that prevent overwhelming busy feeling. Layer your gingham sofa with accent pillows in complementary patterns like small floral prints, subtle stripes, or solid colors that echo wallpaper or artwork. Introduce vintage elements through antique brass picture frames, ceramic table lamps with fabric shades, weathered wooden coffee tables, and inherited quilts displayed as wall art. Complete the styling with fresh flowers in mercury glass vases, vintage ceramic pitchers, or repurposed mason jars for authentic cottage appeal. Create a romantic gingham living room with floral pillows and cottagecore touches. Infuse your living space with cottagecore romance by layering multiple patterns and textures that create a collected over time aesthetic while maintaining contemporary functionality. Begin with your gingham foundation piece, then add visual interest through throw pillows mixing floral prints with checkered patterns in coordinating colors. Introduce romantic elements through vintage-inspired botanical prints in ornate frames, delicate lace curtains, and soft textural elements like knitted throws or velvet cushions. Create intimate lighting through table lamps with decorative bases, string lights along bookshelves, and candle collections for warm ambient lighting perfect for relaxation. Three. Dining room decor with pastel gingham tablecloths and floral table settings. Floral and gingham dining room ideas. Soft vintage table styling you'll adore. Transform your dining experience into vintage charm celebration by mastering layered table styling that combines gingham patterns with floral elements in sophisticated arrangements. Begin with pastel gingham tablecloths in soft mint green, blush pink, or classic blue and white that provide structured pattern while remaining gentle enough to complement floral accessories. Layer your table setting with vintage-inspired floral china, mixing patterns and scales within coordinated color families for authentic cottage style that feels intentional rather than haphazard. Add height and visual interest through tiered serving pieces, vintage cake stands, and antique silver candlesticks that provide romantic lighting while reinforcing sophisticated vintage aesthetics. Pastel dining room setup, romantic tablecloths, roses, and French country flair. Embrace French country dining romance by creating table presentations that celebrate pattern and natural beauty through carefully chosen textiles, fresh flowers, and vintage accessories. Choose romantic tablecloths featuring delicate rose patterns or subtle floral motifs in soft, muted colors that provide beautiful backdrops for collected dinnerware and serving pieces. Layer your table with coordinating elements like lace napkins, antique-inspired floral plates in complementary patterns, and vintage crystal glasses that reflect candlelight beautifully. Create stunning centerpieces using fresh roses in vintage ceramic vases, silver bowls, or repurposed antique teapots that add whimsy while serving functional purposes. Gingham table decor for summer dining, elegant florals and vintage tableware. Design summer table presentations that capture fresh, cheerful picnic spirit while maintaining elegant sophistication appropriate for indoor dining room entertaining. Select gingham linens in summer palette colors like soft yellow and white, sage green, or classic red and white checks that create foundation layers for vintage-inspired dinnerware. Incorporate fresh seasonal flowers through centerpieces that change throughout summer months, wildflower arrangements in white ceramic pitchers, lavender bundles in vintage mason jars, or sunflower displays in weathered wooden boxes. Add finishing touches through embroidered napkins, vintage silver napkin rings, classic stemware, and small potted plants as individual place markers guests can take home. Four, romantic bedroom styling with gingham accents and floral details. Cozy vintage bedrooms with gingham and roses. Soft pastel styling for a dreamy retreat. Create your personal sleeping sanctuary by embracing gentle vintage bedroom styling that combines gingham patterns with floral motifs in restful color palettes. Begin with gingham bedding as your foundation, perhaps soft pink and white check duvet covers or sage green gingham sheets. Then layer with floral accent pillows and vintage quilts. Choose pastel curtains in either gingham or delicate floral prints that filter morning light beautifully while providing privacy and romantic softness. Complete your furniture selection with vintage white pieces like weathered dressers, delicate bedside tables, and antique vanities that provide storage while reinforcing cottage aesthetics. How to style a romantic bedroom with gingham bedding and floral curtains. Master bedroom pattern mixing by understanding how to balance gingham and floral elements, creating visual interest without overwhelming serene sleep atmospheres. Layer gingham quilts with soft rose pattern sheets and pillowcases, ensuring pattern scales complement rather than compete, pairing large gingham checks with delicate small-scale florals. Complement bedding choices with window treatments that reinforce your pattern story. Sheer floral curtains filtering light or gingham valances paired with solid colored drapes. Add vintage character through whitewashed furniture pieces, antique-style table lamps with fabric shades, and vintage mirrors that reflect natural light while serving practical needs. Vintage-inspired bedroom ideas. Soft pink gingham, white furniture, and rose accents. Design a feminine bedroom retreat celebrating gentle vintage cottage style through strategic soft pink gingham patterns balanced with white furniture and fresh rose accents. Choose soft pink gingham fabrics for key elements like duvet covers, accent pillows, or upholstered headboards that provide color and pattern without overwhelming peaceful bedroom atmospheres. Complement these pink accents with white vintage furniture pieces like painted dressers with crystal knobs, delicate bedside tables, and vintage vanities with ornate mirrors. Add living beauty through fresh or dried roses in vintage containers, rose-scented candles, botanical artwork featuring rose illustrations, and rose-patterned textiles that reinforce floral themes. Five. Soft pastel home office with indoor garden views and vintage gingham accents. Dreamy home office with garden views, gingham decor, and floral calm. Design a productive yet beautiful workspace that promotes creativity and calm by positioning your office to take advantage of garden views, while incorporating gingham and floral elements. Position a vintage white desk near windows overlooking gardens, indoor courtyards, or houseplant collections that provide natural inspiration and outdoor connection essential for mental clarity. Add gingham elements through window treatments like cafe curtains in soft blue and white checks that provide privacy while maintaining garden views. Create organized storage through vintage-inspired solutions like antique wooden file boxes, ceramic containers for supplies, and vintage bookshelves displaying both reference materials and decorative inspiring objects. Romantic office corner with indoor courtyard charm and vintage florals. Transform any corner into a romantic workspace by creating visual connections with nearby gardens or green spaces, while incorporating vintage elements for creative retreat feelings. Position your desk to face windows overlooking gardens, courtyards, or well-arranged houseplants that provide natural beauty and psychological benefits during work sessions. Add gingham accents through chair cushions or seat covers that introduce pattern and comfort while maintaining professional productivity atmosphere. Incorporate vintage storage solutions like white lace-trimmed shelves, antique desk organizers, and vintage filing cabinets painted in soft pastels that provide functionality while reinforcing shabby chic aesthetics. Vintage gingham office decor with garden-inspired details for a calming workspace. Create a calming, garden-inspired home office environment combining gingham patterns with natural elements and vintage details that promote productivity and well-being. Incorporate pastel gingham patterns through textiles like desk chair cushions, window valances, or vintage tablecloths repurposed as desk coverings that add color while protecting surfaces. Add natural elements through strategically placed indoor plants in vintage ceramic planters, fresh flowers in small movable vases, and windowsill herb gardens providing visual beauty and practical benefits. Complete office styling with vintage desk accessories like rose-filled vases, soft linen curtains filtering harsh light, and natural textures like rattan storage baskets reinforcing indoor-outdoor garden inspiration connections. Conclusion. The timeless appeal of floral and gingham decor lies in its ability to create spaces that feel both sophisticated and approachable, where classic patterns provide structure and beauty, while maintaining the flexibility to adapt to changing seasons, personal preferences, and evolving family needs. This enchanting combination demonstrates that traditional design elements need not feel dated or overly precious when applied with contemporary sensibilities and balanced with modern functionality, proving that the most enduring interior design approaches are those that honor both aesthetic beauty and practical living requirements. Through careful attention to color coordination, pattern scale, and the artful mixing of vintage finds with contemporary conveniences, any home can embrace this romantic aesthetic while maintaining the clean, organized feeling that modern families require for comfortable daily living. The journey toward achieving beautiful floral and gingham styling unfolds gradually and organically, much like cultivating a garden where each season brings new opportunities for growth, change, and renewed appreciation for natural beauty. Rather than attempting to transform entire rooms overnight, embrace the pleasure of collecting meaningful pieces over time. The perfect gingham fabric discovered at a local market, the vintage floral china inherited from a beloved grandmother, the handmade cushions that carry memories of quiet crafting afternoons, and the seasonal flowers that bring fresh life and fragrance to carefully styled arrangements throughout your home. This patient approach ensures that every element reflects personal taste and family history, while maintaining the authentic character that makes floral and gingham combinations so emotionally resonant and visually appealing. As you begin incorporating these romantic design ideas into your own living spaces, remember that the most beautiful homes are those where pattern and color serve to enhance rather than overshadow the authentic life that happens within their walls. Your space becomes a canvas for expressing personal style while creating environments that nurture both productivity and relaxation, where family gatherings feel special and everyday moments are elevated by thoughtful attention to beauty and comfort. In choosing floral and gingham elements, you're not simply following a decorating trend but embracing a design philosophy that celebrates the gentle pleasures of home. The morning coffee enjoyed at a beautifully set table, the evening conversation in a romantically lit living room, and the peaceful sleep that comes from resting in surroundings that reflect both timeless beauty and deeply personal meaning.